this morning, Lexington hosts a market featuring some of the best food and crafts here in the Commonwealth while raising money for flood relief. And people in Pike County used the weekend to do some cleanup at a local pond so our native fish can have a more comfortable place to swim.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Well, good morning to you. It is 5:32 on your Monday. Yeah, we got to go back to work, unfortunately. I'm Dakota Makris. Let's head over to Brandon for a look at that forecast. And Brandon, it's really just a dreary morning to get your day started for the week, really.
Exactly. It is one of those that I'm trying to actually keep a yawn stifled right now, but it's just one of those, it's just dreary, and you really don't want to get up and get moving this morning, but grab you a cup of coffee and get moving, because it's not only foggy in your brain, it's foggy outside. Let's take a look at Buffalo Mountain this morning, and you can see basically zero visibility up there this morning. So just take it easy out there across the region. Some other spots there, especially in some of those higher elevations, below that 5-mile threshold. Now, temperatures, everybody is in the 30s with the exception of Monticello. They're hanging out at 40. I expect them to drop just a little bit here. Most of us will be around 37 to start the day. Got 32 in Wise, and then you've got 40 there in Monticello. Split the difference there just a little bit. Statewide, we're still looking at 40s back out toward Louisville, Bowling Green, Clarksville, and Nashville. Also Knoxville, and we also have a 42 there in the Tri-Cities. Everybody else out that way in the 30s as well this morning. 38 by 10 o'clock, 40 by 3 o'clock this afternoon. I believe we top out right around 42 later with a mix of kind of clouds and drizzle as we head through the daytime hours. Dakota?
All right, Brendan, thank you. This month marks the 47th anniversary of the Scotia mine disaster, in which 2 separate explosions killed 24 people. WYMT's Chandler Wilcox details how Letcher County Museum is remembering those who lost their lives.
47 years have passed, but images carry pain from the mining tragedy.
When you're in the coal fields and you live here long, even though you don't work in the mines, you know a lot of these people, and it's a tragedy that not only Scotia, but all of the area.
The David A. Zaguier Coal Railroad Museum set up a memorial to remember those who lost their lives and how terrifying it was for Letcher Countyans. Curator Kathy Hughes collected documents and pictures.
Museum, I thought this would be something that we need to do. To my knowledge, there's never been any commemorating of the Scotia mine supply since our museum opened.
Some eyewitnesses from the 1976 disaster still vividly remember details from the tragedy.
I was there at both of them. The first one, I went underground, stayed 6.5 hours. The second one, I didn't go underground. I was there. We were supposed to go underground the next team.
The emotions then are still felt almost half a century later.
I remember sitting out there when that team went down in there, the last team that had to go in, and nobody was speaking. I mean, it was just a hushed environment. There was probably 40, 50 people there. Nobody was talking because they was worried that it might explode again or what was going to happen.
All of the documents and images showed the pain felt in 1976, but the museum's goal was for each person there to get the chance to be moved by history. In Jenkins, Chandler Wilcox, WYMT Mountain News.
Leonard Fleming said his family lost almost everything in the July flood, but one thing that was survived was a document from Kentucky legislatures thanking the rescue squad for their hard work. Well, during the weekend, many people came out to the Kentucky Crafted Market in Lexington. The market featured visual and craft artists in the Commonwealth, along with 2 days of live music, local publishers, and food and art activities for kids. For this year's show, there was no admission fee. Instead, the Arts Council encouraged donations to the Team Eastern Kentucky Flood Relief Fund. One artist says the turnout was amazing, and it's always good to see new faces.
So many children come up and their faces light up when they see my work or anybody's work. To me, that's a promise of a future that we are aspiring for. And so events such as this, it's a great opportunity for me to sell my work, but also a wonderful opportunity for people to love art, such high quality work, which otherwise they don't have access to.
Well, if you were able to go out to the event, you can still give back online at the Team Eastern Kentucky Flood Relief Fund website. Well, finding and securing a job opportunities can be difficult for those with employment barriers such as substance abuse issues, criminal histories, or those with limited education. But thanks to the Goodwill Industries of Kentucky, Kentuckians with employment barriers now have more opportunities through its RISE program. Our Alyssa Williams has more.
Williamsburg native Samantha Walden is working her second day at the Goodwill retail store in Barberville, but her connection to Goodwill first began when she worked as a reporter, covering an event for Goodwill's RISE program.
Come to find out, a couple days after I covered it, I got laid off.
Needing to find a way to continue supporting her and her daughter, Walden decided to enroll in the RISE program herself.
I found out it was for people that not only, sure, there are participants that are in addiction and they're justice involved, but what drew to me was I have a lack of education. I did not finish college.
Walden took part in a 2-week training to gain numerous skills to help her reintegrate into the workforce.
I had also been through domestic violence. I'm a domestic violence survivor. So that was also addressed. Like, I had people that were employed as career coaches and my manager that have went through that. And so I was able to have that kind of community to help me through.
Walden was able to graduate from the program on Friday, where she has since been hired on as a cashier at the Barberville Goodwill.
She has done amazing through that program. She has got just the best people personality. She's going to go a long way. I know that I'm not looking to keep her. She's got big hopes and dreams, and I'm looking to be at least a small part of helping her get to those.
Leaning on even more than her newfound skill set.
You know, being a single mom and who has a 2-year-old, you need people to be around to help you through, and I feel like that's amazing that they're there for me. Not only that, but I have life skills that, you know, the team building and the attitude and stress management, I can carry that on for the rest of my life and help other people.
Rising up to create an even bigger and brighter future. In Knox County, Alyssa Williams, WYMT Mountain News.
Well, people in Pike County came together during the weekend to do a little spring cleaning. Well, they picked up litter in and around the Pikeville Pond to make the city more attractive and safer for the pond's wildlife. City leaders say people came from out of the area to bass fish, so cleaning the pond up makes it more appealing for them to return.
Pack it in, pack it out. There's trash cans everywhere. If it's an inconvenience for you to throw your trash away in the city of Pikeville, please email or call me, and we'll put a trash can wherever you want them if that is what it takes to get people to just throw their trash in the trash can.
You can visit kypride.com to find cleanup events in your own community or follow the Pikeville City Tourism page for more info. The renaming of Lexington's baseball team has led up to an eruption of controversy. The Legends are now the Counterclocks. The reason goes back more than 200 years to the history of horse racing, and historians say its origins are in Lincoln County. William Wheatley hosted horse races at Sportsman's Hill. He didn't want his horses running in the same circular direction as the British.
So he decided he was going to run his horses counterclockwise, unlike the British who ran theirs clockwise.
I thought it was an unusual name for a baseball team, but then I thought about it. They do run counterclockwise.
Everyone from baseball to sprinters to NASCAR drivers move in the counterclockwise direction. The William Wheatley House is located near U.S. Highway 150, just outside of Crab Orchard. The grounds are open year-round. Well, just ahead this morning, we have some highlights from the biggest night in Hollywood where one movie swept a lot of the competition away.
And the forecast continues to look dreary and cold, and those conditions look to stick with us all day long. I'll have the latest and we can see a warm up in about 3 minutes.